What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to break down how I started the week off taking a nasty little loss and how I plan on bouncing back from it. Hope you guys enjoy. So let's start off with the video with the first open range. We had an open range high sitting at around 18,334. We had an open range low sitting around 18,287. Now, one thing was for sure was because we have been hitting we have been hitting multiple new 52-week highs, especially last week with Nasdaq and the ES. I decided that I was not going to go long if we broke above the open range resistance. My goal was just like if I were to go long, it would be in this noise and possibly, end up letting my runners run if we would to get a break above. Just because we're getting closer and closer, we're to that 52-week high. We're extremely overbought on the longer time frames. So that's just how I just want to be a little bit safe. So I stuck to my rule. I did one trade with Nasdaq E-mini futures. I lost $298, and then I told myself, I said, hey, let's just watch it for a little bit. Let's see where it goes. And, I decided to actually manage risk as much as possible, and I actually ended up trading the micro E-mini Nasdaq 100s. So instead of taking another $298 loss, I only took like a $30 loss. So basically, we kept bouncing off this open range support right here. And even right here, we got rejected right here. Now, this is where I took the trade at, and I went long. And I know you guys are probably thinking, well, Joe, you're a trend trader. Why the hell, direction's obviously not in your favor to go long. Why the hell did you do it? And I knew that. And I knew I was taking a big risk, and I knew I was going to take a nasty little loss. But the reason why I decided to go long right here when we had a nice break and push above the EMA on the 1 minute time frame was because every single time we got close to that open range support, we would get rejected. Look right here. We got rejected the moment we got too close to it. We break below it, but it didn't even close below it. It got rejected the moment it broke below, got rejected right away. Same thing right here. We had a break, had a little bit of an open, but look what it did. Just straight rejection, pushed it back up. So honestly, and when we hit this 285 range, in my eyes, we were not making a new low. And because we were holding above the open range support, I felt like I had more validation to go long. I just wanted to wait for that break above the EMA. And honestly, guys, I really can't be mad. I mean, if there's a few things I could have done differently. And one of those is I could have, and as you guys can see, I would have ended up making money for a short period, but I took this trade at around 10:12 a.m. and we didn't get this rally until around 10:35. So a little over 20 minutes right there. I would have had to hold the trade. And by that time, when we hit this low and this low, which would have been a new low on the day, which I definitely would have cut my losses by then, I would be looking at almost a $400 to $500 loss. So in my opinion, I cut losses pretty quick right here. Once I just saw it get rejected pretty fast. It got rejected pretty fast. I ain't gonna lie. At one point, as you guys can see, this red candlestick wick, I was up like $100, but I wanted to, obviously get better about letting my runners run, not taking profits so soon, and I decided not to take profits, even though, this was like 5 seconds after I placed the trade, guys. So there would have been really no point of even me making the trade if I was going to get out that soon. But now I'm going to show you guys the second trade. So the second trade was actually when I went over to the micro Nasdaq futures, and it looks the exact same. It just moves a lot smaller. The E-mini Nasdaq 100 futures move like $20 for every 25 cents, and I think it's like I'm not completely positive. I think it's like $5 for every 25 cents, or it's like $2.50 for every 25 cents Nasdaq moves. But my second trade was actually right here, and as you guys can guess, I went long, and it was because we went on that massive rally, we made some higher highs, and we started to pull back a little bit. We were still riding this EMA, so I really was confident going long. And at one point, I was up maybe like $10, $15. But like I said, I'm trying to get better about letting my runners run. And we ended up breaking back below the moving average. And right before we got to the EMA, I took like a $30 loss. That's why I ended up taking a total loss of $328 a day trading the E-mini and the micro Nasdaq futures. So yeah, definitely if there's anything I could have done with that first trade, especially is not just wait for that break above the EMA, but wait for the retest or just a higher low. If I would have waited for a higher low or a retest, even though I never got it, I mean, in a way, actually, we did get it because once we finally did break above that EMA and went on the nice little rally, yeah, we really didn't hit any higher highs after 1047. But look what we did do. When we had that little pullback, we consolidated, treated the EMA as a valid support, bounced off. We direction wasn't the clearest today. But yeah, I definitely knew I was taking a risky trade. I knew I was going to take a little bit of a loss, and that's just part of the game. And I definitely will say that, like, after today, I really do like being a trend trader, just trading with the trend. There's an old saying. I have it, like, I literally have it right here on a sticky note on my computer. It says the trend is your friend. And honestly, I just didn't feel comfortable going short because of all this rejection at the open range support. And every single time we broke below, we got rejected. So that was why I got into that first trade. Another thing I could have done differently thinking about it is I didn't really have like a what if this doesn't go to plan? Like my goal was to, ride it up to like the open range resistance and then get out and take profits at like $300 to $500. But I didn't have a hey, if this doesn't go to plan, this is what I'm gonna do. And honestly, I really wasn't comfortable with riding it all the way down to the open range support. I mean, hell, I got in at around 305, so 287 to 305. Yeah, that would have been probably about a 350 to $400 loss right there alone, just on the first trade. So I'm definitely glad I was able to keep that small. Little bitter about this little rally I missed, but hey, it is what it is. Now I know even more confirmation just to stick to being a trend trader. That's what I'm best at. I have like a legitimate 80% success rate with being a trend trader. So that's just my bread and butter. And I think I'm just going to start sticking with that. But yeah, definitely tried to be a little bit risky today. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. If you like it, like and subscribe. Comment below if you guys got any questions. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you all have a good day.